What is up, wrestling fans? Welcome to another episode of the Smark Moment Smack Talk podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tony Mango, and joining me, as always, are Robert E. Felice.
Hey!
And Callum Wiggins.
Hello.
Howdy ho, everybody. We are doing another edition of Time Machine Dream Team. This is the third time we are doing this. First time around was last Survivor Series, and we did another one for the Patreon. If you don't know that's a thing, the Patreon has the option for you to request things, and one of the ones that we were requested last year around the beginning of December or so was to do another one of those. It was part of the Pick Your Poison tier. This time around, it's Survivor Series again, and, this is a fun thing for us to do. I still have a lot of things on my list that we had never gotten around to, so we're going to kind of chip away at that list. Well, chop away too. Just give me an axe. And see what other kind of teams we can make. And the way that this works, if you have not checked out the previous two editions, is that we are essentially taking all superstars that have ever been in WWE and trying to make the perfect Survivor Series team based off of certain themes. Now, some of the ones that we've done in the past that obviously we're not going to do for this edition, because what would be the point? We did, for instance, Team Russia, where we had Rusev and Nikolai Volkov, Nikita Koloff, Ivan Koloff, Vladimir Kozlov, like those kind of people in the mix. We had Team Stupid, which was basically people like R-Truth and Santina Marella and Jamie Noble. We had the Heenan family, like the five main ones that we would go with for the Heenan family there. There was even some themes like Team Other Sports Guy, like Abe Knuckleball Schwartz, The Goon, The Spirit Squad, Thurman Sparky Plug, so on and so forth. It's all over the place. Some of them are just goofy themes. Some of them are more like serious themes, like the Dream Team was one that we had done before, where I don't know if this was my list or our consolidation list, but I've got written down here Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Bret Hart, Mick Foley, and Macho Man. I think it's probably my list. And, it's kind of what we're doing here. We're just kind of spitting out some random team ideas and then figuring out what people can go on those teams. So I invite you to join in on the fun. And you can do that by dropping a comment below on the YouTube channel. I was going to say page and channel at the same time. It's going to be YouTube Chage. It's not a word. Panel is, though. I would have gone with that. That would have made sense. So, yeah, if you are hopping on over to the YouTube channel and you are dropping a comment, there are some other things you should be aware of. The way that normal YouTube channels are, you should hit that like button if you want to boost us up in the ratings a little bit. You should hit that share button if you want to share this with somebody else that you think might enjoy it. There's also that little applause button. That is something to help on a monetary side of things, as is the join button. You can become part of the YouTube membership side of things. That's essentially the Patreon for YouTube. Same exact thing there. Go to patreon.com/smarkoutmoment. You'll see all of the tiers. It's going to apply the same thing on the YouTube side of things. And obviously, if you are not subscribed, hit that button and ring that little notification bell. Just double check to see if you are subscribed to, because a lot of people aren't necessarily subscribed and they think that they are. So I will plug plenty of other things later on, and that's not why you're here, though. You're here to hear about some different teams. So let's go with, let's start off with something a little bit goofy. Team Cops. This is all people that are in some fashion a cop, police force, security guard, something like that. Now, I had written down a couple of notes way earlier when I had done these notes. I don't know, probably like June of last year or so. Big Boss Man, of course, is a guarantee on this list. I wrote down the Mountie. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I wrote down the Fashion Police.
I mean, they're cops in a very particular sense of things.
Yeah. I mean, that's, even if we went with those four, that's only four, and we would still need another one. What other cops are there from WWE in past? Obviously, we can all know the future. I was going to say past and future.
Constable Corbin.
Nah, not really a cop.
That does work. He's a constable.
What if we were to, like, you'd said maybe extend it into like a security side of things? Can we have the security card that took care of Gronkowski a couple of WrestleMania ago?
She might be the star of the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anyone that uses a bit more of like a cop motif. I'm trying to think of anyone that's No Fun Done.
Ooh.
So that's a very indie-rific name. very on the British side of things. Essentially, it's somebody who hates like the fun wrestlers, like your Orange Cassidys, your people like that on the independent circuit, and essentially his whole gimmick is trying to stop them from doing their gimmick. So I think he uses stuff like I think he's used things in the past like ticket systems and handcuffs and stuff like that in order to do it. So
I appreciate this guy.
Obviously, he's not in the WWE spectrum, so it's probably a bit outside of it. But I do like a bit of No Fun Done.
Doing a little bit of a search here. I'm not coming across anything.
I can't remember what his actual first name is. It's definitely not Pete Dunne, even though he's no fun either. But it's like I'll have to see if I can search him. You guys spitball a few ideas.
So I'm looking on one thing here from What Culture. They've got RoboCop listed.
Hell yeah.
They got somebody named the Trooper. They got the State Patrol. 911. That's not right. Yeah. Sheriff Austin. He's not a cop. He's just like a.
The man wore a badge.
There's the Mountie. Breezango. Yeah, I mean it's there's not a whole lot. Officer Colt Cabana. He was a little cop at some point.
He did do a cop gimmick. I think in JCW actually, in the Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Ugh.
So where ICP is ICP. I had to explain ICP to somebody the other day. That was fun. Yeah. I like this No Fun Done guy. I think we should go with him.
Yes, essentially he was the leader of the anti-fun police in Defiant Wrestling, with just like a stable that was meant to just try and remove the fun from professional wrestling and make it as serious as possible. Pretty much similar to like the Drew Gulak no-fly zone stuff they were doing on 205 Live for a while.
That was so good. I loved when Gulak was doing that.
Yeah, so the members were No Fun Done, Los Federales Super Santos Jr. I'm trying to see if that's an actual and a guy called Joe Nelson as well. Yeah, I've never. Yeah, I only vaguely watched like a few bits of Defiant before it went off, so I don't say I know them particularly well, but No Fun Done sticks in my mind.
What? Who was Bull Buchanan? Was he not a cop? Why was he with the Big Boss?
He was with him.
They tagged for a little while, yeah.
Probably right as Tony stopped watching wrestling.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, WrestleMania 2000. That was a grim time.
Yeah, so
outside of the main event. What about what if we just how the same thing like in The Simpsons where they had the bowling episode where you have the team of the Springfield Police, and so it's the three guys, Chief Wiggum, and then they have to have a fourth guy and it's Snake. So we just put Nails on the team.
I like that. I don't think anybody else in the world would have liked that because Nails has like the horrible reputation, but get Boss Man Nails Mountie on the same side, yeah.
Well, I don't know if are there any other like wrestling convicts that we could choose from?
Well, there's plenty now.
Well, if you talk real life versus kayfabe.
Are we putting Velveteen Dream there for good measure?
Well, listen, I think you know what's ironic, and as I said, this it jarred my memory. Was Joey Ryan not a cop on Lucha Underground?
Oh yeah, he was for a while, yeah.
And he's a convict, so Joey Ryan.
Well, on a similar wavelength, I don't know if there's a better name for this. Maybe we can even try to think of some team names when it comes to these things too. But people that were boxers, like Mark Merrow is the only one I have written down on my list.
Oh, obviously, this is the Knockouts.
Who are the Knockouts?
That might be TNA infringement.
I love it.
I think we're like suggesting that there was a tag team called the Knockouts or something.
No, we call them the Knockouts.
Yeah, they're the Knockouts.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like that then.
So,
maybe Bart Gunn.
Bart Gunn has to be on it, just because he wins that gimmick. Mark Merrow.
Yeah, he was the only one that I had written down beforehand. I forgot about Bart Gunn.
Once again, Baron Corbin.
He's a bare knuckle fighter, so
yeah, Baron Corbin makes sense.
You could fit probably Bad News Barrett or Wade Barrett into that mix as well.
Hell yeah.
I think he has that similar background. Any other? I mean, it's whether you want to put people like Floyd Mayweather and Butterbean on it.
Nah, I don't think that they count necessarily. But there's got to be some other people that have like Like that they wear the boxing gloves and the boxing trunks and everything. There's got to be some other people like more along the lines of Marvelous Mark Morrow.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head if there's anyone in particular that stands out. Like,
Because I can think of MMA people. I'm pretty sure we did an MMA
oh, they did.
one.
I mean, Roddy Piper did that match with,
Yeah.
Mr. T. That was a boxing match, WrestleMania. You could look at people like trying to have a look through. Just type in like boxing wrestlers. There's nothing really, like, they're just showing a load of like boxers that were involved in wrestling. Like Muhammad Ali had a match with Inoki at some point. So
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised that there aren't more though. That like more aren't just popping in my head.
what about Don Fry? I don't know.
That's a good one.
Don't know that.
I mean, I think he was in WWE. He was only in there for like a cup of coffee or whatever. But it's just he's more MMA background, more New Japan as well, I think. So, but he definitely has a boxing background.
Yeah, I'm coming through another list here. It's not.
I just saw a thing on YouTube. Johnny B. Bad versus Arn Anderson, boxer versus wrestler match. So that was like, obviously Johnny B. Bad is Mark Mero anyway, but just that's quite interesting. They decided to do like this whole thing with a guy who's actually a wrestler as well, pretending to be a boxer.
Yeah.
But now that you jog my memory, there, Rocky Johnson.
Oh, yeah, Rocky Johnson does have that kind of aspect to him, doesn't he?
He did the same bit with Lawler in Memphis.
Oh yeah, they did do that, didn't they?
Yep.
Because that was like this. Even though Rocky Johnson was known on different parts of the independent circuit, they brought him in as a guy who apparently had never wrestled before, but was a boxer instead. And so, that'd be an interesting. I think that's a good one.
I'll put him on that list. We don't have to make like definitive lists for a lot of these, so especially if we can't think of them. Not every single one of them has 5 people for an option. Some of them have way, way, way more than 5, obviously. Let's go with one of those, too. Let's go... This will be a hard one. Let's go Team Cruiserweight. 5 Cruiserweights that would be the best for a Survivor Series team. The best representations of Cruiserweights.
Well, Ray's the obvious choice.
So,
Rey Mysterio's on there.
In terms of the best representation of Cruiserweights, I guess it's your definition of Cruiserweights. Or basically it's someone who's either been or competed for the Cruiserweight Championship or the Light Heavyweight Championship or anything along those lines. So I would say, in order to get a full spectrum, Dean Malenko should be on that team. Because you're going to have a lot of high flyers. I think Dean Malenko fits in to be like, okay, he's the grounded wrestling type of Cruiserweight. It's sort of like the one that would inspire the people like Jamie Noble and the Nunzio and people the
Drew Gulaks of the world.
Yeah.
Would we go Helms?
To be fair, he did do a lot of good work.
Potentially.
Do we go Hornswoggle because he was last Cruiserweight
champion?
Hell
no.
I knew that was coming. No.
Or the last Cruiserweight champion of the last iteration. Obviously, there is one now, but
nor would we go Enzo.
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any of the cruiserweights from the reiteration of the Cruiserweight Championship that I would say would go on that list. Like the only one that I'd potentially, I don't know. Like the only one that I'd say potential would be Neville.
Nah, I wouldn't put him on there. Yeah, I can't think of anybody that I would definitely put on there.
Sean Waltman goes
X-Pac should be in it. Yeah,
definitely X-Pac. Yeah.
Yeah, so Sean Waltman, Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko,
possibly Gregory Helms.
Yeah, I think Helms has got a good shout for it. Just as like, would you go Gregory Helms or would you go the Hurricane?
Same guy, just Helms. I haven't written down as Helms.
Don't spoil it. Popped up in AEW recently. Just like he's very well travelled. Who else would fit into it? Would you say Kidman?
I think there might be a better one.
I don't like that we all had the same reaction. Would you say Kidman?
Honestly, I think in terms of like pure wrestling ability, Tajiri should be in it. Tajiri's awesome.
But I mean, we've been watching so much 2002 wrestling. I almost think Jamie Noble is like the man these days.
Jamie Noble was like a really great Cruiserweight champion. I just think like Tajiri had a bit more of a, like I guess sustained tenure in WWE and outside of it. I mean, he's obviously got the ECW background as well. I'm trying to think of anyone else that's before that.
Did Ali win the belt?
Just
Arnie
Mustafa Ali? No.
No, he never won the cruiserweight title.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason
Wow.
they skipped over him. They went
Yeah.
Cedric, Buddy Murphy, Tony Nese,
Okay, gotcha.
around there.
Weird.
I mean, technically speaking, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho.
Yeah, but they weren't cruiserweights in WWE. If we're going to
Yeah.
stick to the WWE side of things, I mean, you could go with
Chavo. I think Chavo has to be on this list.
Chavo's a yeah. It's
And
just
I-
like you say like
I
yeah,
don't-
he should be on this list, but do you really want Chavo on this thing?
I mean,
It's just
and that's exactly how I feel about Chavo, but if we're being fair, he maybe should be on this list.
I'd
Just think
almost
about
feel more into the idea of Chavo than Kidman, even though Kidman's not a bad option either. I mean, Kidman was a big staple of WCW back in the day and everything.
I'm looking at some other ones. I mean, Jeff Hardy was a light heavyweight champion.
Fuck that. Jeff Hardy is not a cruiserweight guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in for a team for cruiserweights.
You have obviously from the older days, you've got like Taka Michinoku, S.A. Rios, Gilbert. Put Gilbert on this.
Oh, I never miss a chance to put Gilbert on a hit back.
But no, I mean, you've got 4 that are pretty much nailed on. I'm just thinking of what the 5th one would be. Like realistically, for me, it comes down to Kidman, Tajiri, or Chavo Guerrero. But whichever one of those ones we feel like is the best.
I mean, if we're being cheeky, Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi were in there.
Names that are coming out of my mouth. The shame that those men did not sign. And I mean, obviously not, because Ibushi does great things. So does Sabre Jr. But like, that would have been such a cool tournament final to see on the network.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, Chavo,
looking
Kidman,
through.
somebody else.
I'm looking through to see like how many names match up. I hate that Kidman is a thing. I like him.
I'd pick both of them over Kendrick.
Can I put London and Kendrick on there just to get a tag team and like 2 good cruiserweight champions?
Nah.
Who are you? What are you, the guy that runs this podcast?
No, but it's got Mysterio, Malenko,
Helms, X-Pac.
Helms, X-Pac, and
Ultimate,
I think the one that's
Ultimate
that's most different out of those ones would be Tajiri, because he just feels like somebody that's a bit far removed than Guerrero is. Because like have Guerrero, Mysterio, Chavo's obviously style is a bit more boring, but that's more like I feel like Chavo and Gregory Helms are too similar to be on the same team, and Tajiri is something that's completely like a wild card to it.
You know what? Tony and I didn't beat this into the ground. Why not Hoovy?
Hoovie's also always a welcome discussion point. I wish I could talk to my younger self and be like, hey, in 2022, you're still going to be talking about Juventud Guerrera. Then I'd be like, what happened to you?
I just mentioned nails like a minute ago, so it's like
yeah. Well, there you go. The Team Cruiserweight. Put nails on there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a tough one. That 5th one.
Ultimo Dragon would be one of my go-tos if we're just talking great cruiserweight champions, but it's hard.
Well, he wasn't a cruiserweight champion. I mean, I guess he was in WCW, so maybe you could go. But if you're going to WCW, then you put Jushin Liger in probably. Or Brian Pillman.
Wait, no, Liger didn't. Was Liger a light heavyweight champion in WCW?
I think he was a cruiserweight champion in WCW. I think because they had that first match, didn't he? It was him and Pillman were like the first match on Nitro.
Well, that was
the cruiserweight title.
That was not for the cruiserweight title. That was just a match.
Yeah, but he kind of fits the mold as like a WCW.
I put him on there. I love Liger.
Yeah, but it's whether we extend it out past it, because obviously he only had one match in WWE, and by that point he definitely wasn't a cruiserweight anymore.
Well, let me look at who's held the WCW light heavyweight champion. So there's only been 5 champions of those. Or actually 4. 2 of them were Brian Pillman. One was Raven, believe it or not.
Raven, huh?
Jushin Thunder Liger and Brad Armstrong.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, the only one that I would. Well, to be fair, both Brian Pillman and Jushin Liger would make good sense. But by the time that Brian Pillman came to WWE, he was treated as a heavyweight. So
Well, talking point for the comments. We got an open spot there for the cruiserweight. Who do you guys think should go in there? Should it be somebody like a Tajiri or a Kidman or a Chavo? Are we missing out on? Should we put Funaki on there instead? Whatever it is.
Crash Holly would be a good one.
Was he
I like Crash.
light heavyweight or cruiserweight champion?
Yeah, he was light heavyweight champion.
Hmm.
He's the one that's I don't know whether he actually, I think he won it, but I know that he wrestled for it at the very least, because I watched a video a little while ago about Ese Rios for some reason, and it's just like he had a match with Ese Rios for the light heavyweight championship. So
I'm very curious as to why you watched the video.
You don't get to see enough footage of Ese Rios. So.
Oh, that's fair.
Gonna go Ese Rios, and you're gonna do a deep dive into Tiger Ali Singh, and then do a
do the like big retrospective on Beaver cleavage.
Listen, Mosh was a tag team champion.
Do you got a preference between Mosh and Thrasher? Oh my God, this ambulance. Sorry, everybody. This is gonna be happening.
For some reason, it's clear the company preferred Mosh.
Do you think so? Because they gave him that gimmick.
Well,
the only reason they gave him that gimmick is because Thrasher got injured.
Oh, okay. So, you know what? Thrasher's cool. It's a cooler name too.
Well, let's pivot a little way from the cruiserweight thing, but do something that's you would think would be kind of similar, but it's actually opens it up a hell of a lot more. Team masks. So this doesn't have to be cruiserweights necessarily. It doesn't have to be just like the luchadors, but it can be, because you can also include Kane. You can include Mankind. You can include Los Conquistadors. You could throw a whole bunch of different things out there. I would say, at the very least, Kane's got to be on there, and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Kane and Rey Mysterio will be on there.
Yeah.
I'd say if you're going strictly WWE side of things, then I would put Mankind in it.
There's no luchadors that
Vader's a good.
Vader might.
Oh,
yeah.
Vader, absolutely.
There's no other luchadors that I think would be on the same level or outrank Rey Mysterio. The closest would be Kalisto, and you got Rey on there.
I think the closest would be either Kalisto or Sin Cara.
Yeah, Sin Cara, he's not going on this list.
I'm trying to think of other people. Juan Cena.
Listen, what a great gimmick.
Calgary Kid, I don't know.
CM Punk with the mask on.
Max Moon. Mantar's got a mask on.
He
Technically
does.
speaking.
I mean, don't say those people until we've definitely got another person we can put in. I'm trying to think of other people that would warm up. I mean, you could say Mil Mascaras did appear in WWE for like that Royal Rumble appearance. So.
It's weird to me that I don't know if it's one of those on the spot things, but you would think, oh, this is easy, and then you quickly run out of names.
Nacho Libre.
Looking at some lists right now, a lot of them are like more WCW side of things. Not going to put the Patriot on there. Not going to put El Torito on there, and Los Matadores.
What's wrong with VLC, Tony?
That was a good match. I'll give them that. That was the best thing that they did.
It's not in bad taste to say Blue Blazer, right?
No.
I mean, technically speaking, it's Owen Hart. Owen Hart's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's just case of like, obviously that's got a bad in.
Yeah.
It's got a slightly bad.
It's all good.
Ending.
We don't got to think about it.
Even WWE doesn't have a whole lot of these people down. They've got like
Aldo Montoya,
Parker.
Absolutely. Aldo Montoya. Yeah.
We got Hurricane Helms.
We do
have Hurricane Helms. Should have Rosie as well.
He's the shit.
Mortis,
what about Golga?
Oh God, definitely not Golga. What are some other options we got here? Let's see, Blue Blazer, Hurricane Helms, Ultimo Dragon. Oh, I mean, come on, Mr. America, right?
Oh yeah, well that team can't lose.
I'm writing that down just in the meantime, at the very least.
Okay, sure. Wasn't that like that only existed for like 2 months, didn't it, or something like that?
What a weird
Yeah,
team this would be, though, if you think about it. If it's a team of Kane, Mankind, Vader, it's just like they're all kind of like not necessarily dark characters for when it comes to Vader, but to a certain extent. Rey Mysterio and Mr. America. That's just like
Ray is very much the odd person out in this, which is odd because like he's the one that's probably the best fitting with the mask character.
I'm assuming in that scenario, Kane would end up being more Team Hell No Kane than Hellfire and Brimstone Kane.
No, he'd be the stupid babyface 2002 Kane.
It's pretty stupid babyface at that point.
He's a really bad babyface at that point.
Try to think of anyone else that might fit into it. I mean,
Higher
they used
power.
To be like, and there used to be a big reputation, like in the 80s, where you had like gimmicks like the Executioner or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Executioner in 1998 or whatever.
Six.
Really?
6.
Oh,
yes.
I was thinking more about who's the guy that had the first WrestleMania match?
That's Buddy Rose.
But he was the Executioner as well.
Mask. Yeah.
So yeah, that's like, but I mean, that's historic, isn't it? Because it's the first ever match at WrestleMania featured a mask guy.
That's right.
Although it was Buddy Rose, and why the hell they put him under a mask?
Because he hadn't lost the weight yet.
Does Dashing Cody Rhodes once he got the mask on, does that count?
Was undashing Cody Rhodes at that point?
I really hated that gimmick. I am so glad to see that he was able to recover from that.
Whoa! That's a good group of people.
Yeah.
Undertaker technically wore a mask because Mabel fucking crushed his face.
Let's see. What should we go with? A weird one, a funny one, serious one? What do we go with?
Go with whatever you want, Tony.
Toss something out, Rob. Give me a suggestion.
Go with the serious one. We've done a few goofy.
All right, let's go team second generation.
All right, so this one has to be explicitly second generation.
Just second. So. Can't be third, fourth, that kind of thing.
Okay, so it's where my knowledge slightly needs to be pulled back a little bit, because obviously I could mention someone not knowingly know that they're third generation or anything like that. So obviously, because Dusty Rhodes is the son of a plumber, that means the son of a plumber is second generation. So that's Cody and Goldust that could both be in consideration for it.
I would definitely put Cody on there. Bret Hart on there.
He's second generation, yeah. Yeah, but Owen there as well, obviously. That means. Got Rocky Johnson is obviously. Oh, actually, he's not really second generation, is he? Because he got married into the family.
He married, yeah.
Yeah, and you can't spin things around with like The Rock necessarily.
Bob Orton Jr. is second generation.
Wait, so has there been a legitimate third generation person that was just, biologically, passed down third generation and not well, actually he married into the family?
I'm sure there has been, but it's whether you class them actually as third generation, because obviously The Rock is third generation because he has both of their bloodlines.
Right. But it wasn't like Rocky's dad to Rocky then to The Rock.
No, it wasn't like that, but he is still third generation.
Yeah, just from his mom's side.
Yeah, well, yeah, from the mom's side and the dad's side, because obviously it's one's the man's his father is the wrestler and his maternal grandfather is the other wrestler. So
yeah, you got like Harry Smith.
He's third generation.
Oh, he's third. Yeah, technically, yeah, because of
Stu Hart.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. He used to.
So that throws out Natty because of Jim Neidhart and that whole thing mixing around.
I mean, if you're going for the if you can go cross gender, then Charlotte Flair.
Right.
Generation. Carmella's second generation.
That is true.
Tamina is second generation.
There you go.
Yeah, but you know what? Let's see if we can end up getting a second generation women and a second generation men. We already have 3 women, even though Tamina, not really. Every team's got a weak link.
Paige is second generation.
Yeah, there you go, Paige. Austin Gunn.
We said women.
Jake Roberts is listed as a second generation?
Yep, Grizzly Smith.
Don't think of anyone
Jeff
else. From the
Jarrett.
second generation. Oh yeah, Jeff Jarrett.
Third.
Jeff is. Oh, is he second or third? I think he's maybe third.
Oh wait, yeah, that might be a married into it kind of thing. Because I don't know if.
Actually, Ted DiBiase Jr. is third generation, isn't he?
Yep.
But that means Ted DiBiase is second generation.
Yep.
If that counts, then Ted DiBiase is a good name on this list.
You know what though? I would probably take the $1 Million Man, Cody Rhodes, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, and maybe Jake the Snake. That would be
Jake
a
the Snake
fine.
is second generation, yeah.
That'd be a fine Survivor Series team.
Carlito.
Wait a minute, hold on, Mr. Perfect.
Oh,
Oh,
he is,
yeah.
yeah, because Larry the Axe Hennig, yeah.
Chavo count?
Chavo does not.
He's
Unless you're talking Chavo Classic, and I know you're not.
Let's see. Cody Hall now.
that means Eddie Guerrero second generation, right?
Absolutely, he is.
Yeah,
Dean
Eddie has to be on
Malenko
this.
is on this list.
Malenko
Yeah.
too.
Oh, this is starting
We
to
actually got a lot
rack
more
up.
people. Starting to get a lot more people.
Yeah, we're
I'm
gonna-
thinking if we're going to go to the women's side, if we can go slightly outside, or technically she did wrestle for WWE once. You got Tessa Blanchard.
Yes, absolutely.
You got Dominic Mysterio. Let's see how that works out in the next few years.
No, because he's third generation. Rey Mysterio Jr. is. Actually, no, because he's his
Well,
uncle,
no,
isn't
it's
it?
not. It's the uncle.
Yeah,
his uncle.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the whole setup with Santos Escobar?
He's second.
To be fair, once you start getting into the Mexican wrestling families, it could be like he could be like 8th generation.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Santana Garrett is second gen.
Hey, David Flair.
I like that your answer to Santana Garrett is hey, David Flair is an option too.
I didn't know Santana Garrett was second generation.
Sarah Logan is too.
Well, from what? What?
Yeah, who's her dad? Can't seem to find that information.
Is Fit Finney's third generation, right? Or is he second generation?
He's third, maybe. Well, I know. I don't think Finley's fourth. Finley might be a third, and his son might be a fourth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at there's so many. Like,
Ooh.
when you actually get down to it.
Macho Man.
He is
Absolutely.
second generation.
Yes.
That's a good
Wow.
pick on that list. Look at that.
It's definitely starting to fill up here.
Yeah, there's just so many at the end. Got like, yeah, obviously a lot of it is on like the Mexican side of things, but you've got other people as well. Kerry Von Erich,
Yes.
old Von Erich family. Got both the Usos as well. They're second generation.
They're only second generation.
I don't think Rikishi's father is, or like from that side of it, is a wrestler. So
Really?
they're listed on the thing that I've got right now for a list of long second generation superstars.
Listen, I
looking
don't
through
know if we did this on the air. Tony and I went through that Anawahi family tree once. It's a mess.
It's really hard to understand.
We got things like Alberto Del Rio, second generation.
Yeah, he's not going on this list.
No. Angel Garza.
He can go fuck himself.
Yeah, Angel Garza.
Oh, he's good.
Barry Windham.
Oh,
Terry
very good.
Funk.
Terry Funk.
Yeah, Terry Funk. Both Dory Funk as well, obviously.
Shane McMahon.
Brian Pillman.
No,
Yeah,
Shane
Brian
McMahon's
Pillman
not.
Jr. Yeah. Brian Pillman Jr. Yes. Grandmaster Sexy.
That's right.
Cameron Grimes is second gen.
Grimes.
Cameron
Who's
Grimes.
his father?
Mr. Lee. I don't know. Actually, that's not his real name, is it?
David Sammartino.
If we're going for second generation failures, sure.
We could have a team of that.
We could have
him, Flair.
Unfortunately, Steamboat, since he wasn't able to have his career.
Manu.
Yeah, Manu. Manu and Sim Snuka are just the worst.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's it. That's that thing.
Actually, let me make a separate list here. Second or third gen failures. There you go. So Manu is one. Sim Snuka is one. What would be the worst possible teams? Slam Master J.
Oh god.
Well, it has to be David Flair, right? It has to be one of them.
David Flair, absolutely.
I'm thinking, well, David Sammartino comes to mind, but that's a bit. Oh, Eric Watts.
Yeah.
I thought actually he wasn't secondary. Bill Watts was Bill Watts actually a wrestler? I know he's a promoter.
Bill Watts was absolutely a wrestler.
Okay, but yeah, he's absolute dog shit.
Oh,
He
that's
wrestled at the time for WWE as part of a Team Techno 2000.
Oh, Tony and I went very much over Team Techno 2000 in our 1996 mock draft, which you can see on our YouTube channel.
Is that the team that we ended up not picking? And we just said,
That's
"Oh,
the
let's
team
split it."
we ended up not picking. Yeah.
Techno Team 2000. How lame is that? That's a group of 5 right there out of that list. If we tried to narrow down this, the good second gen one already,
Are going both the men and the women side of things, because it's already getting quite extensive on both sides.
I mean, on the women's side, I've got written down Charlotte, Carmella, Tamina, Paige, Tessa Blanchard, Rachel Ellering, Luna Vachon.
Yeah, you can add Rockin' Robin to that list as well.
Yeah, that's right. Jake's sister.
Huh.
Sarah Logan, obviously, like you said, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about Sarah Logan, yeah. And
Yeah.
Santana Garrett, but we wouldn't pick her.
Oh, no, you can't have Tessa Blanchard. Because
Why?
Tully Blanchard is second generation.
Oh, that's right. She's third.
Ah, all right. She goes off the list, even though she would have been a guarantee in the other thing.
Oh, we're missing the top one, Sean Stasiak.
Oh, yes.
Well, on the men's side, look at this. I mean, I didn't even write down all the names, but we got to pick from Cody Rhodes, Goldust, Brett and Owen Hart, Jake the Snake Roberts, Jeff Jarrett, Ted DiBiase, Mr. Perfect, Carlito, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Macho Man. God damn.
Yeah, it's funny that wrestlers give birth to other wrestlers. It's just like, surely
Yeah.
you've learned from the lessons this so far.
It's like joining the circus almost. Like these people just feel like they're in the business no matter what.
Oh my god, I found someone even better than Sean Stasiak. Tiger Ali Singh is second generation.
Oh,
You sure
come on.
is.
I mean, out of this list, I would say the best second gen team would maybe be, at least if I'm picking, I'd go Macho, Brett, DiBiase, Perfect, and goddamn, that's hard. Maybe Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go Macho Man, Eddie Guerrero, Brett, Ted DiBiase, and then it'd be a toss up between Mr. Perfect and Goldust for me for the other one.
I'd definitely pick Goldust. I'm not pick a Perfect over Goldust.
I think, yeah, you know, I wasn't as huge a fan of Mr. Perfect as I've been of Goldust across his career, so that's just wouldn't be my favoritism. But either one of them would be a great pick. So, but yeah, there's a lot of really good second generation talent out there.
That's amazing.
Well, let's spin that around a little bit then and go third gen.
Oh god,
The Rock, Randy
yeah,
Orton.
The Rock and Randy Orton are both on there. They're nailed on. Third generation.
Ted Jr.
Well, surely we can find better people than that.
Well,
This one.
Harry Smith.
That's
pretty good.
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
He's third gen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bray
wait,
Wyatt.
if we didn't have him down the other ones, yeah.
Black Chick Mulligan, Rotundo.
Yeah.
And him.
Yeah, I'm looking through the list now. So we've got Andrade Almas, third generation. Bo Dallas, obviously. Chavo Guerrero Jr., third generation now. Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel's not getting on that list.
No, I'm
That's
just spitballing a few of them.
Yeah.
at the moment. Obviously, you got The Rock, you got Tessa, if you wanted to do a women's side of it.
On the women's side, we got Tessa, got Natty.
You got Shaw Guerrero,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Lacey Von Erich.
She's wrestlelicious.
Lisa Von Erich, very attractive if you're gonna go with that at the very least.
Yeah, there's a lot less to choose from in the third generation bracket. The ones I'm looking at are the best. Definitely, obviously, The Rock and Randy Orton are the two standout ones. I guess if you actually know she's fourth generation, obviously The Rock's daughter would be fourth generation now, but that's wrestling anyway.
Wow.
Perfect's
Good for
daughter
her.
is wrestling at some point. Amy
Really?
Hennig.
Oh, I haven't seen
Didn't know
that.
she was a
Never seen that.
Mike DiBiase, Brett DiBiase, no. David Finley.
obviously very good in New Japan, but obviously that's outside the WWE bracket.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah, not
Lance
as many.
Anoa'i? Lance Anoa'i.
Lance Anoa'i is the son of Samu Anoa'i. He should be in WWE. I don't know why he's not.
Well, we do have at least 5 because we got Rock, Orton, Ted Jr., Bray Wyatt, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Andrade, and Chavo.
Yeah, so I think out of the 5 that you pick out of that one is The Rock, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, Andrade, and then just toss a coin for the rest of them.
Out of the group that would be left on that, you got either DiBiase Jr., Chavo Jr., Curtis Axel, and Bo Dallas. I'd probably go Chavo.
Yeah, Chavo makes the most sense, man.
Let's go to the oddball one here. This one sounds stupid, but it makes sense. Team tag team wrestlers that are just all tag team kind of idea. You got to pick like 5 people that would be the best possible people to have on a team because of how good they are on teams. Specifically.
See, part of me doesn't want to put Edge on it just because he had such a stellar singles career after it as well. Like, I'm thinking when you do like tag team wrestlers, my immediate thought is Devon. because even though he obviously Bubba Ray is both familiar with that as well, he also had a really good singles run in TNA for a while as well. But if you're just looking at like the best tag team wrestlers, then you probably would put Bubba over Devon.
I got perhaps the number 1 guarantee, Billy Gunn.
Oh, Billy Gunn's a good choice.
Or Billy Gunn. Yeah.
Billy Gunn, you got the New Age Outlaws, you've got the DX team in general. You've got Smoking Guns.
Yeah.
Billy and Chuck.
Billy and Chuck. Technically right now you've got Austin Gunn and Billy Gunn. He's not like the best team in the world, but he's still in another tag team. Yeah, Billy Gunn's a great tag team. He's a guarantee on the list, that's for sure. I don't know about Bart. I don't think I'd put Bart on there.
No. You could. I mean, I would like to say, like, if you are going to do like a tag team wrestling thing, you shouldn't have people from the same tag team.
Yeah, you got to pick at least one.
Pick one of them. Like, so out of the Dudleys, you'd pick Bubba. Out of Edge and Christian, you pick Edge. Out of the Hardys, you probably pick Jeff. But that's actually pretty hard of Matt and Jeff. It's probably the one that's the closest.
What about Bob Holly?
I know what you should do. You should like just give him the whole team.
Yeah,
and,
got an idea. Give it team.
Eliminates everyone. Give him the belt.
Yeah, but Bob Holly's got some teams behind him.
Times, but I wouldn't put him on a list of team competitors. I think it's the only place you can put Marty Jannetty on a list.
Yeah, but would you really want to go for just the Rockers for the most part? Because I ain't going with Marty and Leaf Cassidy being a good team.
Well, an interesting one to do that would be Kane.
Oh,
Kane has had a lot of tag team partners and a lot of tag team championships.
Yeah. Big Show, Undertaker, RVD, X-Pac,
Hurricane,
Daniel Bryan. Fuck, Kane's got to be on that list. And
also, in a similar vein, obviously he hasn't had as many tag team partners, but Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, he was Mr. Tag Team for a while.
You know, like, Kofi's
obviously all the New Day reigns, but he's also got R-Truth, Evan Bourne, CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kofi's a good one to put on there. So we got Billy Gunn, Kane, Kofi Kingston. It's making a hell of a team already. Team. The Teamsters.
But whether you want to put one of like Edge, Christian, one of the Dudleys, and one of the Hardys.
I'd put Matt, Devon, and...
But we don't have space for all that because we have only 2 spots left, if that's the case.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of anybody else we want to put on there because you could make arguments for like Jim Neidhart. Because obviously had both with Owen Hart and with
Oh, that matter. Yeah. I'd go more Owen because Owen's got Bulldog, Yoko,
Neidhart, Jeff Jarrett.
I'm just thinking of people that have got like had multiple tag team reigns. I mean, they're kind of like the people you want to go to, really, aren't you? People that have had multiple teams with multiple partners, because they're the ones that could just fit into any team and just make it work. In a kayfabe sense, obviously. But
so I can find a list of most times as tag team champion.
I mean, to be fair, you got like, you look at someone like, especially during the Attitude Era times, like Undertaker has multiple tag team champions.
Yeah, with like The Rock and shit.
I mean, same with Austin, same with The Rock, same with Shawn Michaels. They've all got like multiple teams with multiple different people. Like, Austin's tag team champion partners are Shawn Michaels,
Mick Foley,
Mick Foley, The Undertaker,
oh my
and
god,
Triple H. Just like the
that's
who's
a
who.
Hall of Fame in itself. Like,
Here's a name to think about: Booker T.
Really good choice if you're going for the WCW side of things as well.
You got Stevie Ray, Goldust,
Rob Van Dam. Did have the tag titles with Rob Van Dam for a little while. Trying to think of anyone else he's had it with. Cody's in the running would be there because Ted DiBiase Jr., Drew McIntyre,
Bob Holly.
Yeah. Goldust, obviously.
Seth Rollins has had a couple teams.
Yeah, so that's Jason Jordan, Dean Ambrose,
Roman Reigns.
He did win it with Roman Reigns, because that's the first one.
I wouldn't put Rollins on the list though. His teams were like, the one with Braun Strowman lasted a week.
Braun Strowman. Wow, he's got 5 title reigns with different people.
He's been a tag team champion 5 times. Braun?
He's had 5. Seth has had 5 different.
Oh, I was gonna say, holy shit! I slept on that one. I thought only 2.
Well, look at that sort of thing with like John Cena. Every time John Cena's won a title, it's been with a different tag title. We've been with a different partner, I think.
So he's got Shawn Michaels,
Batista,
David Otunga,
and The Miz.
Wow.
You know who should be on here? Cesaro.
Oh, actually, that's a really good shout for Cesaro.
Yeah.
He's got
Cesaro definitely should be
Kid, Sheamus, Nakamura.
Yeah, definitely Cesaro.
He didn't win the titles with Swagger, right? I don't think so.
No, they didn't win the tag titles.
No, but they did pair them for a long time.
Yeah. So he's been like a prominent tag team in like team with multiple different people at different times. So yeah, I think Cesaro is a really good shout for it.
At the very least, if we ended up having a team that was some of the ones I wrote down already, like think about a tag team of the team of Billy Gunn, Kane, Kofi Kingston, Owen Hart, and Cesaro. Can't get much better than that.
No, it's pretty impressive.
That's a good group.
I think there's a shout for Edge just in the sense that you have Edge teaming with Christian, Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho. Actually, Jericho's a shout in that regard as well. He has a Benoit, Edge, Christian, Big Show.
Yeah, Big Show, he could be.
Yeah, he could
be on there because he's got Jericho, Miz, Kane, Undertaker. I'm sure he's got some other ones too.
I'm almost sure there's another one on there too. Yeah.
Yeah, Big Show's been the tag team champion multiple times.
You could
maybe even bump him instead of Owen or something.
Sure, Waltman's had a few, hasn't he?
Bob Holly, Marty Jannetty, Kane.
Yeah, maybe only the 3 in that regard. But yeah, there's just
there's a lot of mix and match teams out there.
Yeah, just so many people that are just like slide into tag teams and do pretty well for a while.
Let's go for one of the location based ones. We did Team Russia before. Here are some of the other ones that we haven't done yet. So you guys get to pick. We got Team Mexico, Team Japan, Team Samoa, Team Canada. We did Team USA, I'm pretty sure. We could do the Foreign Fanatics and just go with like anybody who's not the United States. I'd go with like the full blown, like one for each, like major kind of.
Well, to be fair,
continent or something.
You're kind of taking that from your perspective, right there.
Well, that's what the way WWE booked them.
For me, I'd be able to put Hulk Hogan on it.
Yeah, WWE booked Foreign Fanatics as you're not from America.
Well, I think if you're going to do like a Foreign Fanatics one, it has to be people that just to streamline it a little more, because you basically just say you can pick anyone that's not American. It's just like has to be people that had gimmicks that are specifically anti-American.
Yeah, like Iron Sheik would be on that.
Yeah, Iron Sheik would be on that. You'd have Rusev on there, I'd think. Or Rusev would at least be a big option for it. And if you want to go anti-American, you could put Sergeant Slaughter on it, but that's obviously he's not actually foreign.
Yeah, I don't think that would count necessarily.
He must be like a Foreign Fanatic, very anti. Actually, he wasn't. Yeah, again, he's not foreign because I was thinking Muhammad Hassan, but obviously that's the goal of his entire gimmick was the fact that he was American and just disliked because of his religion.
Who's on the original Foreign Fanatics?
Great Khali, maybe.
That was Ludwig Borga, Yokozuna, one of the Quebecers, and Crush.
So I'd put Yoko on there.
I allow it.
Yeah,
Crush is from Hawaii.
Shut up.
Why was he on that list?
Shut up.
That's foreign, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that their votes didn't count in the election.
They're just going to be continental United States, that kind of thing.
I think if Trump had his way right now, they wouldn't be part of the US. So.
Well, Hawaii actually counted their votes instead of Alaska's.
Anybody else that's kind of like fits into the whole like very anti-American character style of things?
If we go with Sheik, Rusev, Yoko, we got Japan, even though he's Samoan, and Russia and Iran, number one. And I don't know, what are like two other countries that we can kind of go like, all right, like who would be like the German one? Because Germany has always been like one of the go-to. We need you could something Germany and like the other, anti-American. That's the big problem type of thing.
Mean, he's not technically German, but he's German light in terms of Austrian, so Walter.
Yeah.
Heidenreich? Because he was supposed to be a frozen Nazi?
His name was John Heidenreich. He was American.
Well, was he? He's supposed to be a frozen Nazi, right? Not a neo-Nazi.
No, well, that was the gimmick. Was they were going to give him the Nazi gimmick, but he is actually American.
Well, he was supposed to be a frozen Nazi in the same way that Batista was supposed to be a rape baby. Like,
wait, what?
That was the gimmick they originally pitched at Batista.
That he's angry all the time because he's a rape baby.
Why was that? God damn it, Tomato View. Jesus Christ. You gotta imagine some of these things that get pitched and they probably are just like, let me just see if anybody's paying attention. Oh, but how about that? And then they're just sort of like, damn it, I love it. And they're like, no, you weren't supposed to hear that one. No.
I mean, if you, so we've got like Russia's very anti-American, and Iran and Japan slash Samoa side of things. So what other two countries, like if you've got the Germany side of things,
North Korea doesn't have any, really.
Oh yeah, because there's tons of North Korean wrestlers like cropping
yeah,
around.
I'm like, I'm just trying to think of like the typical
Bret Hart
like
was anti-American. You can put him on here.
Oh, actually, yeah, that is a good choice.
You know what? That might, yeah. Bret Hart was the leader of Team Canada, kind of in a way. Like,
yeah, very anti-American stable. So yeah, I'd support Bret Hart on this one.
So that would mean one empty thing, because I'm not too sure about Walter.
I think the other one would actually be maybe William Regal. You got the Un-Americans and stuff like that. So maybe, obviously you wouldn't put Lance Storm and stuff like that, but he was the only non-Canadian member of the Un-Americans.
And we had the Revolutionary Wars.
Yeah, exactly. So William Regal.
That's a good group.
He was like at the 1st Battalion of the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, we got William Regal, Bret Hart, Yokozuna, Rusev, and Iron Sheik. It's a good group of fuck you Americans, and then you could get like who did we have? Do we have maybe I have that list somewhere around here.
Against Team America, yeah.
Who did we have for Team America? Let's see.
Well, I imagine it was Hogan, and then just 4 copies of Hulk Hogan.
Fuck yeah. We didn't. So I didn't write down which 5 we went with, but the options that we had gone with were Hogan, Patriot, Lex Luger, Kurt Angle, John Cena, Sergeant Slaughter, and Hacksaw. So obviously Hogan, Cena.
Yeah, I'd say Hogan, Cena, Angle, Slaughter.
Maybe Angle, Luger, and Slaughter.
I almost wouldn't go with Angle because he was never like.
What, the guy who wore an American red, white, and blue singlet?
Yeah, but they only did that because he won in the Olympics. But he was never like,
he's
go
an
America.
Hero. He's an American hero, Rob. That was his gimmick.
I don't know. Lex Luger's out there, guys.
I wouldn't put Lex Luger on it just because like he only did that gimmick for like a year or whatever. Being Mr.
He had a bus.
It's the Lex Express. Lex Luger would be on that team for me for sure.
Okay, but Angle has to be on it as well.
Because he's, if you're looking for people to join a team, you got to look for a guy who can bring the total package.
Go away. Like,
so we would have, technically speaking, Hogan, Luger, Angle, Cena, and Slaughter against Sheik, Bret, Rusev, Yoko, and Regal. That'd be a fun Survivor Series. I would love to see that.
If it gets Bret Hart and Kurt Angle in the ring against each other, I'm totally down for it. So
You got
Yeah.
your your failed body slam moment with Yoko and Lex Luger, and maybe John Cena's the one that body slams Yoko, because he's obviously John Cena. So, William Regal's like the fun guy on the Foreign Fanatics. Iron
William
Sheik's
Regal
running around like
versus
an idiot.
Hacksaw would probably be fun.
You got Hogan stomping around with Brett in a way that maybe Brett can get a little bit of comeuppance for Hogan's actions in the past. You got
shoot him, brother, roll him up.
Rusev and Hogan on opposite sides. Sergeant Slaughter's out there being probably the weak link of that team. Let's see. Let's go with another one we got here. Come on, stupid ambulances. Team ambulances.
Tugboat. Yeah, Tugboat would be a good one.
Let's see. Go Team Fitness Guru. Do we have any more of them other than Simon Dean?
Skip and Sunny, obviously.
Yeah, Skip would be a good one.
I guess Zip technically, if we couldn't think of another one.
And then
if we don't want to think of another one, we could put Gemini in.
Yeah, there we go. All right, we've done this.
I'm sure there's more people that are kind of like on the fitness side of things. That gimmick of Bull Dempsey.
Oh, that's right, Bull Dempsey.
I don't think I have Team Teacher on this list. We got plenty of teachers.
Well, that's a stretch. Plenty?
We got Matt Stryker. We got Dean Douglas. I wrote up a whole list about this before too.
Michelle McCall was a teacher for a while. It had a teacher gimmick.
Let's see where I can find that teacher list that I wrote up back in the day. I did that a couple of years ago.
Matt Stryker, Dean Douglas. I guess you could technically count the Genius in that.
That's a good one. Bob Backlund.
Oh yeah, he was a teacher. Well, he
was a curmudgeonly old man who wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah, I guess you could fit him into that.
Damien Sandow.
I'll allow it.
Lanny Poffo, yeah, we already had that. Sandow, Genius, McCool. That's intergender, but
she can be the manager.
Yeah, so we would need one more. It's got Stryker, Douglas, Sandow, Poffo. Who'd be the fifth one?
Who was one you mentioned, Rob?
Bob Backlund.
Backlund?
It could be Backlund. I mean, you could have.
Technically, you could have Timothy Thatcher. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking he's more of a coach than a teacher, and a vindictive one at that.
Yeah, all out. Why not?
Yeah.
That gives us a chance to move on to a different one.
Needs to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah. Not gonna do too many more here. We're already out around the hour mark. Let me throw out some plugs in the meantime before while we're trying to think of some other topics that we got on this list. Obviously, if you are enjoying this and you want us to do more, I do still have other ones on this list. But if you have any other suggestions of some other teams that we should do, drop them in the comments below too, because I would love to add more to this list, because who knows when we're gonna do the next one, and whether it's next year or we do it, as part of the Patreon side of things. Another thing that you should be aware of is you should vote. I could say the word vote. You should vote on the Champs Giving tournament that is going to be ending this current round before the hot tags are finished. So go ahead and vote on the current round on that while you can. Check out the merchandise shops, TeePublic and Redbubble for a Smark Moment and a Mango Tees and Fanboys Anonymous. There are sales going on all over the place on those two things for all three of those different sites. And obviously, if you don't know what Fanboys Anonymous is, go to fanboysanonymous.com and check out everything that's happening over there, because that's the geek culture site, the sister site, the blue brand, whatever you want to call it, that does everything that's non-wrestling over on that side. We got here's a couple other ideas we got left. We got Team Parts Unknown, we got Muscular Guys, we got Super Heavyweights.
I think we need to do a definitive Bob Squad.
The Bob Squad. All right, let's go with the Bob Squad. That was not on that list before, but I like bringing that back. So we got Bob Backlund, Holly, Lashley, Rude, Fish.
Fish, yeah.
There's another Bob out there too. I'm blanking on because these were
Bob Orton.
Orton. There's 5 Bobs that are on the current roster, right? Wasn't that what I made my list about? It's Fish, Rude, Lashley.
You had 4.
Oh, it's 4. Yeah, that's right. So it's a 4-man squad.
I think we're still missing one.
Yeah, we are still missing one of them. Let's see, Bobby Fish, Bobby Lashley, Robert Roode.
And
it's another Robert. Robert Stone was on there, so he doesn't count all that much.
Bob Armstrong, Bullet Bob.
Yeah.
Bullet Bob.
Bob Orton Jr., Cowboy Bob.
Yeah, we got him on this. Got Bob Backlund. Bob. What are the Bobs are there?
Bobby Eaton.
Bobby. Just comes Bobby Lashley. Let's see. Lashley. Let's get him out of the list here. Bobby.
I mean, maybe Bob and Bobby isn't as prominent as we thought they was going to be.
They could be managed by Bobby Heenan.
Absolutely. The ultimate Bobby.
You got Robert Gibson.
Yeah.
Trying to think of anyone else. Rob Terry.
Oh, yes, British Invasion. It's always a good day when you hear about them.
Heenan.
I think we
Bobby Duncombe Jr.?
Oh yeah, he's WCW.
He was part of the West Texas Rednecks.
Yep. They had rap.
Rap is crap.
For some reason, Danny Burch is on this one person's list. His name's not Dan.
Bobby Birch, you know.
Good old Bobby, Dan.
Bob Van Dam.
Bob Van Dam, yeah.
Bob Van Dam.
Good old Bob Van Dam.
Well, it's a Rob, so it counts.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you got good old BVD and Backlund, Holly, Lashley, Rude, Fish, Orton, Bullet Bob. Good old Bob Squad. I like that.
Oh, the Bob Squad. Fantastic.
Let's maybe do...
You could do the Bob Squad versus the Rob Squad with that, probably.
Ooh, this one might be good. An official team... like McMahon's crew kind of thing, like corporation authority, that kind of side of things.
So people that have been like stooges to the authority.
Yeah.
Or like the authority in wrestling, whatever it is at the time.
So there's like Kane, Rollins, Orton, The Rock, Shane, Shamrock,
Big Boss Man,
Test,
China.
Yeah.
China.
Triple H.
Oh, Triple H would have to be on there, yeah.
Would you count the corporate ministry? Because you could have the Undertaker in that regard as well.
I never really counted the ministry as part of that. I know it was technically, but to me it always felt weird. So, nah, I would say not.
You don't think of like anybody that was like stooges to an authority figure. Put the coach in.
So, guaranteed Triple H would be one of them. The Rock would be one of them. Because if you got The Rock on there, you're going to pick The Rock. I would think Kane would pretty much have to. Randy Orton would pretty much have to. And then the other one would be maybe Seth Rollins.
It seems pretty straightforward. I can't think of too many other people that have been like so closely tied to the authority.
Yeah, the only thing I can definitely say for sure is that Triple H has to be the like main lead wrestler there. And then you can kind of build around that.
If anything, maybe take somebody like Rollins out for Shane, but I think I'd keep Rollins in there.
Well, Shane is the authority, kind of. So.
Let's see another one we could go with. We got Natural Disasters. We got Team Jobber. Did we do Team Jobber already? I kind of feel like we already did that one. Maybe I didn't have that on the right list.
We might have done.
Yeah, that sounds like
one of the ones we would have done at the very beginning of this.
And even if we were to do it real quick, it would be like Barry Horowitz.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like we've said Barry Horowitz before.
And you can only say Barry Horowitz for one thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
let's. I don't have my list as that we already wrote it, so let's do it again. Why not? Barry Horowitz is on there. Gilbert, maybe.
I think Gilbert would be good for that.
Heath Slater,
good jobbers. Heath is a good choice. Just because that
Brooklyn
run that he
Brawler?
had against the Raw Red.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Brawler. Trying to think of anyone else that's like a very prominent jobber.
maybe the B team.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Look, I think you'd have to put like. I mean, obviously we couldn't have both of them if we have the other 4 people.
If you had to pick between those two, I'd go Bo.
But yeah, Bo's probably. But actually, Curtis is probably the better wrestler out of the 2 of them, although it's pretty close.
Kurt Hawkins.
Ooh, yeah, Hawkins.
Oh yeah, there we go.
He would pretty much have to be on there.
Trying to think of anyone else that's like.
I'd actually bump maybe Gilbert or someone off that for that. Horowitz would kind of have to be. Hawkins would pretty much have to be. Slater.
If we were looking for somebody modern up until last night, I would have told you Leon Ruff.
Somehow he won the North American title. I don't know how that happened, but.
Checking on some lists of things like I Am Mike Sharp. He's kind of considered one of the best jobbers of all time.
That is still one of the coolest names, though. Iron Mike Sharp. Like, he'll kick your ass, and then you're like, oh, no, he won't.
That's why he was such a good jobber, because it's just like, oh, with a name like that, he has to win this match, and then he just always loses. Like, oh, this guy that beat him must be awesome, because he beat Iron Mike Sharp.
Yeah, like, did you hear the legend of Iron Mike Sharp? Like, Will there be a female team jobber?
Female jobbers? I mean, Jillian Hall, maybe. Although she was Divas Champion at one point.
She was Divas Champion, but she lost it immediately.
Oh, actually, for team men jobber as well, we've got James Ellsworth.
Oh, yeah.
But the women's side of things, Jillian Hall.
Rosa Mendez.
Rosa Mendez, yeah, is a good choice.
She's a guarantee.
Aksana, maybe.
Oh, God.
Trying to think of other people that were like kind of classes like
Alicia Fox, maybe?
Oh, she was kind of for a little while. She was pushed.
Will we put Tamina on there because she hasn't won a damn thing? She's been in this company for 10 years, and she's like the only woman who's never won this championship.
I mean, she's always on the cusp, though, isn't she?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think of anyone else that's kind of. I'm just trying to think about cavalcade of women that were fed to Nia Jax when she first appeared on Raw.
Yeah, but like some of them now are like names. Like Big Swole was one, Britt Baker was one,
Scarlett Bordeaux
was one.
Yeah. Pretty sure Garrett.
Oh, Aaliyah. Aaliyah has to be on that list.
Oh yeah.
Poor Aaliyah. Yeah. Aaliyah from NXT, if anybody's wondering, not Aaliyah Mysterio. The fact that you are thinking Aaliyah Mysterio, by the way, proves that Aaliyah needs to go on this list, because poor Aaliyah, man. She's been in NXT, I think, before Bayley. At least around the same time as Bayley. I remember her being there for a long time.
She's been there for a while. She's been there at least 5 years.
She might be a lifer at this point.
She's not going anywhere else.
It's a shame, too, because she's gotten better.
Yeah, the only way she's going is onto the scrap heap.
Jillian Hall, Rose Mendez, Tamina, Aaliyah. I'm blanking on like another one that like around that Divas era that would have lost a lot, or
all of them.
Cherry.
Oh, fucking Cherry. Oh.
Cute girl, but man,
that's the cherry on top.
What was the point of all that? Let's go with either. What should we go with this? Either Team Giant or Team Super Heavyweight. Just save one for another day.
Super Heavyweight. You gotta put the Hollies on there.
Let's go Team Super Heavyweight.
Yeah, both Crash and Hulk Holly. Yeah.
Yeah, that has to be a thing.
I would think Vader. Super Heavyweight, maybe Yokozuna, not Mabel.
I mean, he's about as heavy as anyone you're gonna get on this list. So.
I mean, not Mabel.
Big Show.
Big Show's choice, obviously. Put Andre maybe on there as well, but obviously he might be better fitting than Giants, but he was big, so.
Yeah, it doesn't stop him from being on Team Giant too.
King Kong Bundy.
Nah, I don't think that. I think we can find better than King Kong Bundy.
You got Mabel on this bucket list.
No, I said not Mabel.
Okay. Umaga.
Yes.
Ooh, Umaga would be a good pick. Yeah, let me add him down as potential.
Viscera.
I got
Oh,
Vader,
it's Mabel, isn't it? It is
Yoko.
Mabel. I forget that Mabel
Yeah.
and Viscera are the same thing.
Well, you could put Big Daddy V on there too.
Yeah, fair, I know. Have a whole team. Have a whole team Mabel, and then it's just like Viscera's different gifts.
Yeah. I got Vader, Yoko, Big Show, Andre, Umaga.
Who's like Bam Bam Bigelow?
Oh,
Yeah.
Bam Bam, definitely, yeah.
Trying to think of other like.
Well, that's 6 people.
Just think of some other like. I mean, what are you kind of classing as super heavyweight? What sort of weight are we talking here?
They got to be like towards that biggest edge of things. Let's see, super heavyweight.
Mark Henry.
Oh yeah, Mark Henry. All right, I'm gonna look on this this Bleacher Report one, the top 50 biggest behemoths. Rikishi.
Oh yeah, Rikishi. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the number 1 worker from SmackDown in 2002.
Let's see where we got Andre, Yoko. This person's got Undertaker. He's not a super heavyweight. Happy Come Free, Dino Bravo, Kevin Nash doesn't count. Ultimate Warrior doesn't count. Mason Ryan. What? First off, all right. Now I don't endorse every article from Bleacher Report by any means, just because obviously we're all different writers. But whoever wrote this back in the day, you put Mason Ryan down as the 12th best behemoth in WWE history? What?
Well, hold on. What's the date on the article?
2011.
All right, that's why.
But he's above Rikishi.
Like,
I still understand it based on the time frame.
He's above Bam Bam, above Big Show, above okay, he's above Giant Gonzalez. That makes sense. But you know,
just trying to fit some other ones.
it's Great Khali. I'm not gonna put him on that list.
About the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, that's right. Dusty is
he's fat.
Fat.
Fat. Kevin Owens. Fat.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Ernie Ladd. One Man Gang.
Oh yeah. We could put Earthquake and Typhoon into that.
Does Brock Lesnar count? No, right?
Too lame to be a super heavyweight.
At the very least, this is a list of Vader, Yoko, Big Show, Andre, Umaga, Bam Bam, Rikishi, Mark Henry, Dusty Rhodes. You got a good group of 5 out of that for sure.
Yes.
I'd probably go Vader, Yoko, Big Show, Umaga, and Bam Bam, maybe.
Good choice.
Rikishi and Mark Henry are good to put on there, though, if you're going to swap somebody out.
I mean, part of me would want to put Rikishi on it.
Maybe Rikishi instead of Umaga for me.
Yeah, I mean, I love Umaga's work, but I think Rikishi is the more legendary performer out of them. And also, part of his huge gimmick was the fact that he had a giant ass. So.
Well, but Umaga also used his ass, and he used it in a more serious way, so I'd probably put Umaga over Rikishi.
Yeah, but Rikishi just exposed that ass more often. Like, he always covered it. Umaga always had it covered up.
I mean, it's the ass of life, Cal.
Let's go with this as our final one for this edition. Or, no, let's do 2 more. Why not? Let's do, for the 2 that we'll do, Team Parts Unknown and Team Ladies Man. Some kind of like, the 3 that I had written down on that originally for Team Ladies Man. We'll finish on Parts Unknown. Team Ladies Man, I got down Sexual Chocolate, Godfather, Val Venus. Who else we got? Who else is a ladies man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the world's largest love machine.
Great Khali.
Great Khali, yeah.
I hate this.
Yeah, well, he was. That was his gimmick for a little while. I'm trying to think of other like. It has to be characters that are just solely based around the idea of just thinking they were God's gift to women or whatever.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels does actually kind of fit into that for a little while. Rick Martel.
Ooh.
Or was that more just like him liking himself more than...
Well, no, I think he's fair.
Rick Rude.
Oh yeah, for that, especially for the Jake Roberts stuff. Yeah. Any other ladies' men?
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. I'm struggling to come up with any other ones. I think maybe. I mean, it's a stretch, but Dashing Cody Rhodes maybe for a little bit.
Am I allowed to say Vince McMahon? I mean, he made out with every.
There's a difference between being a ladies' man and being able to like force your will on women because you have their contracts. So.
Damian Priest hangs out with women in hot tubs.
I think Damian Priest could be on the cusp of that. In a different era, that would be like Damian Priest would definitely fit into that.
There's no ladies' man gimmicks other than that kind of on the roster right now, right? Oh, well, Angel Garza.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's just a rose every week.
Yeah. He's in love with me. Did you know that? He tells me every week.
What about Pretty Peter Avalon?
He's trying.
So definitely, if we're picking 5 out of this, for instance, Great Khali's not getting on that.
No, he's not getting on any team.
Well, if we made like team Gargantuan can barely move around, it'd be like Gonzalez and Khali.
John Gonzalez and Kurgan.
Who was the other dude in the oddities?
That was John Silver, wasn't it? That's John Gonzalez, isn't it?
No.
They're not the same.
No, they're not.
Okay.
So at least like the team ladies man thing, I would think
Val Venus,
Rick Rude,
Shawn Michaels, Angel Garza,
and then I gotta say Viscera for the laughs.
Well, you got Sexual Chocolate. I think I'd pick him over Viscera.
He did impregnate a woman at the age of 80.
Well, you can't not have the Godfather in this.
Oh, that's right, Godfather too.
Right,
Fuck, that's hard.
All right, so Godfather, Shawn Michaels, Val Venus, Rick Rude, Mark Henry.
Bumping Angel Garza off there.
Yeah.
I mean, future for Angel Garza, because at the end of the day, Angel Garza hasn't actually achieved any
I know,
anything in that regard.
He was trying to get Charlie Caruso and the chick from The Bachelor at the same time. Both went nowhere.
And lost one of them to Hanson.
That's right. And his turkey legs.
Remember, he is cute. Actually, you know what? He could be on this list too. How many women we're talking about Ivar like that? Like Eric, not so much.
Not so much.
I hate that became such a thing that it's like one of the go-to things to talk about this year. Now let's do our final one here. Team Parts Unknown. So Ultimate Warrior's on there. Who else is on Parts Unknown? Pop Shango?
Demolition.
Were Demolition from Parts Unknown?
Yes, they were.
Boogeyman. Even though he's from the bottomless pit, that's technically looks like an extension of Parts Unknown.
Well,
it's right next door.
It's known at least because it's the pit.
So let's see if somebody ended up doing this the legwork already, and if they found people that have been from Parts Unknown. We got the Executioner, Mr. JL. Who's Mr. JL?
Mr. Jerry Lynn.
Giant Gonzalez. Doink the Clown was listed as Parts Unknown?
Yeah, you don't know what that
Parts Unknown. The Destroyer.
That's a cheap plug as well. So.
Demolition, Berserker, Suicide, Papa Shango, The Missing Link, Ultimate Warrior, Kane?
For a while he was. They never actually said he's from Death Valley.
Yeah, that seems odd.
It's really weird.
Where have they been billing him from?
They never have.
So Kane goes on there then.
The depths of hell.
From Knoxville. So you got Kane, Ultimate Warrior, Papa Shango, Demolition. Probably the best group of people you could get.
You don't want to put the Missing Link on there?
Nah. don't think Berserker needs to go on there. Don't think Battle Cat apparently is. Yeah.
You don't know about Battle Cat?
I think that overall would be a good group. You got everybody's wearing a mask of some kind. Demolition's got the face paint. Kane's got a mask. Papa Shango's got his
Face
whole
paint.
get up, and Ultimate Warrior's got his mask, their face paint, whatever. Not a bad team. Team Parts Unknown.
Yeah, and Parts Unknown is one of my favorite things in wrestling.
We need to bring in that back. Well, we need to, as if we have any control. WWE, bring it back. Build somebody from Parts Unknown.
I mean, AEW, by the way, has the most ridiculous from Yo Mama's Kitchen that I heard yesterday.
From Red Velvet, yeah.
Yeah, but you got Private Party there from
the VIP section.
Or something? From the VIP section. Yeah, I think.
Like, wait, what?
They're really good. No, it's really inventive. Some of the stuff they do. I mean, Orange Cassidy's from wherever.
Yeah.
From wherever.
Weighing whatever. I love Orange Cassidy. Well, that's a good group of things here. We're an hour and 20. I think that's good enough for this edition. Obviously, if you do really want us to do more, there is the Pick Your Poison tier on the Patreon that you can request this. If not, you'll have to wait for the next one. Maybe we'll do it next year. Maybe we'll do it another random time. Maybe it'll be like the middle of March and we'll just be like, Time Machine Dream Team. What the fuck? Why not? But we do still have at least some of these other ones that we haven't gotten to today. We've got Mexico, Japan, Samoa, Canada, Natural Disasters, Team Angle, The Oddities, Giants, The Perfect Team, Muscular Guys, Team Diva, Shoot Wrestlers, Team Dancers. That was one that I got a couple notes on. Team Preacher Gimmick, The Talkers. Yeah, we got a couple of ones there. And obviously, if we'll be thinking of more, we'll be putting them on that list. And if you think of any, then we'll add that to the list too. So I did most of my plugs. I should mention, though, just a reminder for everybody, if you are not following us all over the place, not only should you be subscribed to YouTube, but you should be following smarkoutmoment.com. You should be following us at Facebook and Twitter at smarkoutmoment. You should be following me at Tony Mango and at a Mango Tree and the Fanboys Anonymous stuff as well. And pay attention to a couple movies just in case something happens with that. The next time you're going to be hearing from us is going to be the hot tags. That's the right thing. Yeah, I was like, wait, next we have whatever. Throwing me off that we're recording this on a Thursday. Hot tags are coming up next. We will run down whatever we need to run down for that. And then after that, you're going to be hearing the next episode of the Paul Heyman SmackDown podcast. What's up for that, Callum? What's up for that?
Hurricane's unfortunately off SmackDown now at this point, but so the Paul Heyman SmackDown podcast, where we go back to the year 2002, myself and Rob. The next episode you're going to hear, I believe it's episode 21. I think it's the Survivor Series Go Home show. So final build up towards that. So a lot of great stuff. A few big matches to refer back to. I think it's a load of like either SmackDown
bullshit.
6 matches. Just a load of bullshit. Just a load of bullshit with SmackDown 6. Yeah. Then after that, obviously we did. Not that funny.
Dan, it's always good to hear Tony pop himself on something.
I make myself laugh far more than I should. Anyway, continue.
No one else will. So, but outside of that, there's also the extended episode we're doing for the Patreon. So we recently did a slightly shorter one where me and Rob reviewed Super Tuesday, an extra episode of just WWE TV they did in the build up towards Survivor Series, and
which
of course
was an actual load of bullshit. But it's fun
yeah, that's true.
You get to hear me crap on something.
And then after that, we will be doing the review of Survivor Series 2002, which isn't a load of bullshit. It's one of the best Survivor Series of all time. So we're looking forward to putting that out there for the Patreon subscribers, people at the $10 tier and above. Other than that, check out all the great articles on smarkoutmoment.com. Check out the power rankings, my weekly contribution, but all the other weekly stuff we've got out there as well. And follow me on Twitter at WeekMeister14.
All right, you can follow me on Twitter at DudeFelice. Check out everything I'm doing over on Fightful.com, WrestleZone.com. I might be on the hot tags with Tony it depends on if he wants to do a solo. But yeah, I'm always talking into a microphone about wrestling.
And I got my normal stuff. You should know by now. If you don't, start clicking around. Obviously, there's also Bleacher Report and eWrestling News. Plenty of things happening around there. I don't even know which articles I've posted already and which ones I need to still post. I got to double check about that. Too many pies in the oven for me to keep track of. So just stay tuned to the channel and the website. Plenty of things coming your way. Way too many things. And hopefully you enjoy all of them. But for now, that's going to be it for this episode. This has been another Smark Out moment, and we're being counted out.